Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to... Oh my god, the Order Hall stuff won't stop.
Chin up, Roland. It appears help has arrived.
Like, for real. I am never again going to speak positively about class content. Ever. The class quests suck in FF14, with one very noticeable exception. And the class quests suck in WoW, with a couple of exceptions. I mean, god dang it! The Conclave received my request. I didn't expect they'd send their leader. My companion has fallen terribly ill, as you can see. He must have caught whatever these Taurans had. Their entire camp's been wiped out. It appears to be fell in origin and impervious to all known treatments. I've been working tirelessly to find a cure, but I don't think Roland has much time left. I could use an extra hand. Sure. So the fell contagion appears to have 3 stages. First is a persistent, phlegmy cough. The second is skin turning a sickly shade of green. The third involves a complete transformation, where the victim turns into a mindless corpse. It's within this stage that I believe the most information about the sickness can be gathered. Okay. Little known secret that the dust sprites use their various tricks has restorative properties. Some of the alchemy community balk at this, but they only refute it because they've never been able to get their hands on it. Okay. Hey, Roiting. Shadow Priest. Oh, right, I need to... I mean, pretty much, villagers know. The biggest complaint I hear from virtually every developer ever, in terms of MMO space, is why bother spending so much time and effort on such and such when nobody's going to see it? It usually said in a discouraging way, as in it's discouraging to them to bother. And it's kind of hard to disagree, you know? Like, there's a relatability about that. It's okay, Papanix. It's not my fault that it's garbage. I didn't do that.
Ooh, let's kill it!
What's really funny is several of the classes are still net positive overall. Just on quests. Because of the artifact quests. That's the really funny thing. Like... The artifact quests are a massive variance compared to the actual Order Hall quest chains.
Let's kill it! Just wanted a little fun!
No fun allowed. This is Legion. We're not here to have fun. You asked earlier if the story axis was scoring about what I thought it would, and to be quite honest with you, yeah. If there was one thing I was expecting from Legion, it was to have a 300+ story score. And here we are. Do I have Shackle? Does Shackle exist? Oh my god! That's 2 talents I need to pick up for this quest. God dang it. Hang on. 3 talents. Pen. Let's try that again. I'm glad you like them, Papanix. And I am. I do agree that it's part of what makes Legion uniquely Legion. Yeah, I've seen a few things of that. Like in Final Fantasy Tactics, the Paladin, I think it's Tactics, might be FF5, is just straight up knight. Like it's not, you know, a holy warrior or a light warrior, divine, or whatever you want to call that. It's just a knight, a member of a knightly order. Martially trained plate wearer, you know? And I mean, as we've already discussed, the actual paladins in lore, in FF14 specifically, are basically really glorified bodyguards. Which makes me wonder why that's the decision they went with. Because they could have, you know, back when ARR was new, they could have turned paladins into whatever they wanted to. I'd love to be, for lack of a better way to put it, part of the, there it is. Part of the meeting, you know, to know what was actually going on under the hood for that. Now here's a question. So, this is going to sound like a strange question, but would you make Dark Knights an evolution of Paladins, Paladins an evolution of Dark Knights, or would you make them cyclical? Lore-wise, like, narratively-wise. Why is this not on my bar? It really should be on my bar. So, Paladin to Dark, then? We could go a pretty traditional, you know, lawful good to chaotic good kind of a thing. Paladins restrict and restrain themselves within the minds and confines of what they can do. Dark don't. Hello, Mr. Floyd. There's a lot of other ways you could take that, too. Depending on what you want to do with it. Especially in FF14, where light is... Light ether. Light, the concept, is... stagnation, I think? Pretty sure. And dark is motion, or vice versa. I forget which is which. Do you have the samples? I used what you gathered to craft what I hope will be a reliable cure. The only thing that's missing is some powerful magic, which I hope you'll provide.
Try adding a bit of holy magic. That usually does the trick.
Ma'am, I'm a shadow priest.
And you are...
That seems to have made things worse. Try adding a bit of shadow magic instead.
Sure. I gave it 5 negatives, Mr. Floyd.
Well, that was unfortunate. Surely someone with your skills can revive him?
Get up.
You've done it! I'm cured!
Still pretty green. Brilliant work. For a moment I thought I'd need a new companion. It would seem a delicate balance of holy and shadow is the key. Obviously the remedy will need a bit of work to reduce unnecessary side effects such as dying. In the meantime, take the counteragent back to Netherlight. Keep it safe. I'll work diligently on discovering the cure of the contagion. Back and also already gone, Lord Aramont. Part of the reason I wasn't sure about it, Pillar to Snow, is in my own setting, light is activity, whereas dark is passivity. which just makes more sense to me.
I will hide in shadows no longer.
We've received word from those fighting on the broken shore that the contagion is happening there. Oh, crap. Okay.
Until next time.
Time to go heal people of a contagion. Yeah, exactly, Lord Harrowmont. But like I said, I'm literally flipped from FF14, so I'm an idiot and get it confused. Yeah, exactly, Pillars of Snow. The Primus campaign. There's temples to each of the 8 elements on the planet. The Light Temple being there, you don't get tired at all. You never get tired, you never get weary, you never run out of energy. So people go there and they just go, woo! And it's literally, if you go to the temple, it's a 24/7 party that is always going on. The longer you stay, the longer you will have to recover once you leave. Because you're kind of just running all cylinders non-stop, and at some point you're going to have to recoup from that. By contrast, going to the Dark Temple, very peaceful, very relaxing, very soothing. You can just enter a meditative state and stay there sustained for literal days, weeks, months, or years if you chose to. Very quiet, very hushed. You're here. Quickly, there's no time to lose. I've tracked the source of the contagion to these very shores. The Burning Legion are using fell spreaders to pump out infectious creep, causing anyone who takes contact to become sick. Take out Ozek and his fell spreaders. Also, it seems many of your allies have already taken to fighting on these shores. They'll never be able to gain the upper hand while suffering from the contagion. Take the counteragent. Roland and I will handle the injured. And yeah, the idea, it's actually kind of complex, because it's not like you can kill yourself at the Light Temple. But the idea is that the mechanisms of energy and power generation that keep your body going are infinite as long as you're at the Light Temple. But at some point or another, you're going to be sore, right? At some point or another, you're going to reach a point where you have started straining your muscles to the point where they're starting to have problems. Damn right, Mr. Floyd. Listen, we all know that the Quillbore are the one true... I don't know, dude. What was her motivation? She's evil. Evil people don't have motivations. Just look at Elon Musk. Sorry. Unfortunately, if I'm being completely honest, the Dark Temple is a little bit less cohesive in my mind, because none of the players ever went there. So I had to come up with all kinds of fun stuff for most of the temples, but nobody ever went to Dark. I remember Air rather fondly. So imagine you go out and there's this extraordinarily still reflection pool. A big old reflection pool. And you go out into it. And as you get further out into it, you start to realize that you can look down and see just the sky going down infinitely below you. If you manage to make it that far, because a lot of people freak out at that point and turn around, including a couple of my players, actually. But if you manage to make it that far and keep going to the middle, you will then fall into that sky and keep falling forever. Now, the cool part is, I'm explaining this badly, you're not actually falling in the traditional sense of the word. No, so much as everything's falling at the same era and the same rate. Think of it like this way. Let's say you're up here and you want to get down here. Both these things are falling at the same rate, so relative to your perception, nothing's moving. So you're just here and here, even though you're constantly having the sensation of falling. Make sense? And then in order to get over there, you just kind of adjust the angle of your fall, so you kind of fall this way, and then you get over there, right? And eventually, when you want to leave, you just fall back out to the hole in the middle of the lake. Do you know how you get around the light temple? There's a conga line. It's really long. It functionally it operates as what is effectively a train going around most of the major stuff around the temple. So you just get in the conga line until you get to your destination, and then hop back out. You don't have to, obviously. There's nothing mandating that.
You will not leave here alive!
Man, that's...
The contagion will consume you!
You say that.
The burning legion cannot be stopped!
Okay. They keep saying that. I'm starting to think maybe the Burning Legion can't be stopped. I can't wait to talk about that tomorrow! Ugh. I was really hoping to get to that today, but no. I had to suck and have order hall stuff to do. No, by all accounts, it'll be a short thing tomorrow. And I'm going to make the effort to really push tomorrow, even though it's probably going to take all day to go through Argus. That is the goal. I'm going to try and spend some off-camera time today doing some of the boring audit stuff and getting caught up with the paperwork. What's this time thing of which you speak, Yura? I think I've heard of that before. I have deliberately not answered that, Lateral, and I never will. Ask me again tomorrow when we go there. How's that sound? Mind? I believe our combined efforts have effectively eradicated the contagion. Well done. With the threat of infection dismissed, your allies should be able to press their assault here and gain advantage. Let's leave this place and speak somewhere more sterile.
Come, Roland. Let us leave this vile place before you get yourself sick again.
Such a wonderful lady. Three, Mr. Floyd Pinkerton. That we were all gaslit. Gaslit? We'll go with lit. Because that episode was lit. Alright, let's see what last-minute thing ruins the priest chain. All these priests report to you. That's astonishing, really.
Surely you have other places to be, Roland.
I only have one Roland. You have hundreds. I think we'll get along well. Very well indeed. Allow me to stay. In return, I offer my services.
You made a wise choice. We will accomplish much together.
Yeah, I love it, by the way. They insisted we have Magatha for the shamans, but they give us some random banshee for the priest. Not that I'm complaining, but like, if they're willing to do something like that, then why? Like, you can do anything.
The Dark Iron Clan will have the respect it is due.
I mean, Jellicoe is a terrible captain, but my favorite thing about this particular tidbit of every Order Hall quest is I have to go to the Order Hall from the Broken Shore to turn in. Then I have to go back to the Broken Shore to get a quest, which invariably sends me back to my Order Hall. So anyways, turn this
The
in,
Burning Legion will fall.
get this
I hope to
quest,
see you again soon.
and right back up. Literally, right back up. I wasn't even joking. I know. It was designed this way because you weren't supposed to literally go from one to the next, but it is kind of funny, right? I remember liking this quest, so we'll see. I mean, I like the mount. It's actually one of my favorite Order Hall mounts. The one I'm on right now, obviously. I just noticed the name of the central area of the Priest Order Hall is the Hall of Balance. Hello, Braun and
priest.
Magni?
I got important information for ye.
What are you two doing here?
Hi.
Thank you for coming so quickly. King Magni, or I suppose I should say, the Speaker, thinks he found a hidden Titan Vault.
Keep your feet on the ground.
The Speaker has just been telling us of a calling of sorts coming from deep in the core of Azeroth. The voices tell him there's a lost Titan Vault out there near the Maelstrom. I don't know what's inside, but he's got that feeling it's got something to do with the light. And you? Braun's got a vessel waiting for you off the coast of Azuna. Of course, I'll be accompanying as well, for cataloging purposes. Can't let a thing like this go to waste.
Off with you.
I borrowed a small submarine from friends of mine in the Explorers League. We'll be embarking off the coast of Azuna as soon as you can join us, High Priest.
Sure thing, but who will join me? Champion! Sorry. Don't worry, we'll get plenty of that later. Hopefully not for like another week, although I need some time off when we finish Legion. To my knowledge, it is the same voice actor. I can check. Let's see. Whoop. Don't stand there! My favorite random quote of his. Inquiring minds just got to know. Nope. Apparently. Okay, so Braun actually poked his head in a couple of times and was voiced by Lanny Minella, who is the voice of, like, the Succubus and the Banshee and the Harpies and female Taurans, female Orcs. She's the voice of Zayla. You know, she's the voice actress for Sindragosa. Until Wrath. As of Wrath, Carlos Larkin voiced him. Larkin voices Magni, Mirrodin, and Braun. Wow. And a few other things, like, let's see here. He's the old voice actor for Caligos, you know, the terrible one. That's really weird. He's apparently the voice actor for the Headless Horseman. That's funny. Whoops, whoops, whoops. And that's kind of it, actually. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
You'll find me wherever the action is. Well met! Loads of forgotten knowledge are within our grasp.
Sea's calm so far. Even this close to the Maelstrom.
Are you complaining?
So, brother, the planet Azeroth, she just sorta told you to come here? Not so much in words. 'Tis more feelings. But not like feelings you or I would have.
Now what does that even mean?
Well, let's say you're a world soul, eh? What sort of feelings do you suppose you'd have? Sometimes you feel like a crumbling mountain range, and sometimes you feel like a deep, dark sea. I don't know exactly how to describe it. So she sorta felt at you that you should come here? It felt like a sunrise.
Actually, what's funny... Let's hold off on it, Mr. Floyd.
Coming up to what appears to be the vault entrance.
Obviously, a lot of people haven't played War Within yet, and several people haven't experienced the story past this point at all. I know we've spoiled plenty of little things, but I'm trying to avoid real spoilers. Also, yeah, I love that characterization for Magni, and for Azeroth, if you're paying attention.
Whoa, that's a large door. Gotta be a lever around here somewhere, though. There's always a lever.
I try Hexia. Braun, what are you... Braun, what are you doing?
Rivola, Rogue, Maez, Amir.
Well, I suppose you don't need to be looking for levers and switches no more, Bran.
Bit of a shame, that.
Of course, Braun would be disappointed by just having the key. Oh, there's got to be a lot. We know a decent chunk of the surface strata? What's the name for the surface layer of the crust of a planet? The real-life word for it. Anyways, whatever that is of Azeroth is probably coded in Titan mechanics.
Kept in immaculate condition.
Mechanisms.
Oh, this be one for the record books. What do you suppose be in these bubbles, eh?
They must be activated simultaneously. High Priest, would you do the honors?
Sure. Hey, look, it's Caretaker Whizbang. I mean, WHI12-B4NG.
Systems active. Visitors detected. Lifeform scan in progress.
Ooh, I know sure enough what this is gonna lead to. Weapons up!
I love how...
Essential life forms detected. Resuming scan.
Braun.
What do you mean by that? Not essential. Me? You're not essential, you wee little...
Speaker status verified. Welcome, Speaker. Have you come to retrieve the Seekers?
Seekers? Yes! That must be what she meant when she directed me to this place. She wanted us to find these creatures.
Mr. Custodian, what in the name of the Forge is a Seeker?
Allow me to show you.
Oh.
Designation, Seeker. Feral creatures infused with the light by the Shapers. The finest specimens were selected from herds and trained to serve the Watchers, speeding them to sites of corruption in accordance with containment protocols.
Herds, you say? We've never seen a one. How many of them remain?
Accessing. Current count of known seekers? 3.
Only the 3 here, then?
So, what happened to them?
Invasive corruptive entities have bombarded this planet since its shaping. Attrition due to combat fatalities gradually reduced the numbers of seekers. Now, only these are known to remain.
These noble creatures protected us before we even knew how to protect ourselves.
Alert! Void energies detected. Initiating sanitation protocol.
Oh, blazes, not again!
Oh, you mean the mount.
You've done this before, brother?
Oh, aye, more than once. You're the big, important speaker. Can ye shut it off, then?
Stop it then, will you?
Unable to comply. Sanitation protocol cannot be aborted. Visitors may be in a corrupted state. If you are hearing whispers of unknown origin, please step directly into the searing light.
Lot of good that name. Well, here we go.
I sense some corruption amongst my brethren. Watch yourself for purification.
I'm sorry, but the fact that I'm doing this as Shadow is just perfect. Normally you'd have Xalatath here, too. I'm not sure if she says anything during this quest. I know, Udor. Yes! Andor finally started going live today. I've gotten some good comments on it, so people are actually watching it for once.
Spawns of light. Barely of this world. A good dispel should dissipate them.
Oh, right. I have the Dispel spell somewhere. Maybe. Maybe. Yep, there it is. Perfect. You know, that spell that I don't have right now. Yeah, let's get rid of Shackle Undead, because I don't need that anymore. Take Dispel again.
Of course that big ones would come to life, too. Watch yourselves!
Correct, Blateville. As per usual. Well, yeah, obviously, Gum Gum. Why do you think a politician would actually stand for anything? That's silly. What do you think this is? Fiction? Welcome to the real world. I'm pretty sure it was, Mr. Floyd.
We're not done yet!
Also, this quest is a very obvious reference to the Halls of Stone. A boss fight I actually rather enjoy for what it is.
At least there's no giant eye lasers this time, eh?
Braun, why would you say that? I'm just waiting for it. Commencing eye laser protocol. Damn it! You know, fair, but just don't. Can't argue. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Interesting ability. I also like how there's a couple of iron dwarves down here. It has a couple of interesting implications when you think about it. After all, it's not like Loken invented them. And remember, the big distinction about Iron Dwarves is they have no sentience. Unlike Earthen or Dwarves, who have the capacity for free will and sentience.
Troth, this'll be the last time I go adventuring with a bronze beard.
Iron Dwarves are bot. Which, yeah. Exactly what they were designed to be.
Many'll come this time. The machine surges with the light.
Yeah, screw that. I'm gonna adventure with Bronzebeard all the way up to War Within. You kidding me? This is starting to get a little rough. Hitting some buttons here, shall we? Would you stop casting giant beams of holy death on me, please? Oh god, no, you apparently cannot stop. Oh god.
And that's the last of them. Gonna hope that's the last time I end up in this situation.
Spoilers, it is not.
The custodian be powering down. Might be this chamber expended all its energy. No, no one's left to look after these poor creatures.
You're wrong about that, lass. 'Tis why Azeroth called me. Called us here. She knew it wouldn't be long before the Void o'ertook this chamber. She knew who would protect these creatures and use them in service of the light.
Yes.
You, High Priest.
That's me.
Agreed. High Priest, give us time to scribe him into the Annals of the Light. We'll meet up at Netherlight Temple.
I can take you back whenever you're ready, High Priest.
Sure thing. But yeah, I'm one with the light. I am definitely
Inquiring minds just got to know.
Fun fight though. An actual honest to goodness positive gameplay. Probably not, Gum Gum. If they do, I haven't written it yet. It's a strange statement to say, but one of the conceits of the extant is most politicians don't lie. Which I know that sounds like a strange statement, but you get what I mean, right? In other words, if someone is running for office and says, I believe in this, then they mean it. And they're saying it openly because they want people who agree with that to vote for them. Make sense? So which order holes are left? I believe that would be the one we're about to finish. Death Knight and Demon Hunter. I think we're rounding it up.
How are ya?
Oh, hang on. Ready for the music? Hang on. Ready for the music? Actually, yeah, I intended that to be a joke, Asmira Star. But that worked weirdly well. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so that means, if I'm not mistaken, Death Knight and Monk are the only two exceptions. No, Reign 36. I would get copy-wronged into oblivion. Oh, that would be a good pick, Blade Vault. Also, copy-wronged into oblivion, but a good pick. Okay, anyways, that's like a 5-minute song. So, Death Knight. That was good, though. I like that. Holy crap. I'm weirdly shocked. So many of these have been so... As we're winding this down, because that's almost all the classes, Priest and Rogue and Demon Hunter are currently in the lead for best quests overall. Are you kidding me? We're Death Knights. We're going to murder everyone! Starting with anybody who likes Legion. And anyone who likes BFA! Wait. No, I know what you mean, Gum Gum.
The Wardens are watching.
Home sweet home. Yeah, this one is, I believe, the only Order Hall mount quest which is referenced in the future. Twice. The Death Knight, Dark Knight parallels continue.
Harness your hate. Make it useful.
See, that's the thing about the light. The light is not good. It's not. Nothing is good in the setting. None of this stuff is good. What you use it for is good or bad or in between. But, that being said, it is easier for light to be good than, say, death. Death can and has been a force of good many times in this setting. But light, it doesn't take much to be good light. You know what I mean? And that, Trihexia, is one of the biggest reasons why so many religions, plural, have started up around the concept of venerating the light. Deathlord, we have uncovered an heirloom of great significance and power. Rhymefang's harness has appeared in Icecrown Citadel. We must obtain it, rather than letting it fall into the hands of others. I assume you'd like to retrieve the harness personally? We've sent one of our own, Minerva Raven-Sorrow, ahead to scout. You've met her before, yes? She's impressed us greatly, and we believe she can become quite powerful under your tutelage. I'll open a death gate for you.
We are eternal. We are unyielding.
You have conducted your campaign against the Legion with brutal efficiency, Deathlord. I am pleased.
I remember
Under
Ryan.
your command, the Four Horsemen have wreaked havoc upon the demons, but now another path to power awaits. You seek to retrieve Rhymefang's harness, but you are too late. It has fallen into the hands of invading Vrykul, who now use it to bind frostworms to their will. These Vrykul must pay for defiling my citadel. Slay them. Raise them in the name of the Lich King.
See, that's probably a little bit more the Lich King peeking out from Bolvar there.
My axe hungers.
Hello, Minerva.
Suffer well.
These fools are using the power of Rhymefang's harness to subjugate the frostworms. Their leader Anjor sits inside the back of the Broodmother and mocks us. He should breathe no longer. So here's the order of things, as far as I've been told. Mortal walks into Icecrowned. Mortal is brutally defeated. Mortal gets raised as Scourge. These fools can't expect to trounce in here. Trounce in here, do whatever they want, and leave without consequence. Make them as mindless as they act.
There is no end to undeath.
That is a very good question, Mr. Floyd. Unfortunately, I was thinking about this from a long-term perspective, because a friend of mine was asking me about some of the more nitty-gritty specifics of how undeath works in this setting, and, I mean, who do you know who knows that better than me? And, the problem is, if you look at it from the meta perspective, a lot of the specifics of how soul interactions work are very recent retcons within the setting. For example, and I don't want to go into too much specifics, but it's very likely that Sylvanas' soul was not split until Shadowlands. In a real-life perspective. Because there's not really a lot of indication that it was ever split back in the day. By contrast, Arthas' soul was split, and that was pretty obvious from Word 1. And I've already pointed out how Uther's soul was split, and that was also a retcon, because his soul was also not split before. So the entire idea of the soul-splitting thing is kind of a more recent development, and frankly, I wish they'd do more with that. It is one of my great regrets that Shadowlands only really touches on it very, very briefly. Because it's a fascinating concept, and there's a lot you could do with that. A lot of concepts of identity and trauma, as well as, for lack of a better way to phrase it, now what? This is a setting in which you can actually functionally operate without a soul, but that has consequences. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of depth they could go into that on. Now, that's true, Huthor. There are two, campaigns I have not seen, and one of them is Kyrian. So, whoops.
You've come for the harness? Ha ha ha! Let us see you try!
Oh yeah, like, I think people are going to be shocked when I give Sylvanas positives to story in Shadowlands, because that's going to happen. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Eat them alive, pet! The harness!
Because, yeah, what happened to her was messed up in a really interesting, well-written way. I know what you're thinking, by the way. Hold on. Why didn't you do the other two Order Hall campaigns? I was sick of Shadowlands. Remember, Shadowlands was the last straw for me, and it's the only time one of two times, I actually straight up quit WoW, with no intention to go back. So yeah, I never got around to that. We've grown a lot since you last met. Now that we have the harness, let's see if Mograine plans to use it.
Take my death gate or open your own. Either way, I'll see you in Acheris.
You got it. Agreed, Huthor. Now let me ask you something, Huthor. I mean this sincerely. You're in the writer's room. Do you argue that we bring her back someday? Or no? Let's presume for a moment that we have a good thing to bring her back to. Let's just remove that from the table.
We are driven by a single purpose.
See, I actually agree. The problem is the good story bit, because you need something good to lock that in. It has to be worth it. Don't just bring her back because she's Sylvanas. Bring her back because you're going to do something with her. We just had that problem with Magatha.
A shadow of hope remains.
While you were gone, we strategized to do what to do with the harness. We can utilize its power to bind the spirits of deceased drakes to you, raising them under your will as loyal soldiers. I sent Minerva to Thorim's Peak in Stormheim, where she found a brood of deceased Thoringyr. They'll be prime targets. Speak to Grimwing for a flight to the mountain.
We will see it through to the bitter end.
See, what I find interesting about her is you can bring her back or not. It's okay, because her story did conclude. Any additional work with Sylvanas is a new story arc, new chapter. And that's cool. Unlike some characters, there's a period at the end of her sentence. It's an interesting idea, as Miristar. And yeah, seeing a legit redemption story would be interesting. They are so rare. Most fiction doesn't actually do redemption stories. We've talked about this before. Most of fiction has someone turn around and say, wait, I'm a good guy now, and that's it. Or they say, I'm a good guy now, and then they die. Like, I think that covers 98% of redemption stories in fiction right there.
Yes.
Finally, you're here. I've been waiting so long I could have died again.
Is that all? If you think you can leave my bones here to freeze, you're gravely mistaken.
Ha!
Let's go.
Ha ha. All right. The job is to get the broodmother under our control, but hear me out. A few more drakes would be a boon, right? Over here, why don't we use our awesome power over Undeath to raise some of her brood as well? Though the Peak has claimed their corpses for the ice, I'm sure the embrace of Undeath will be much more welcoming. What?
Suffer ready your grapple, Death Lord. Let's get to that peak.
Not too long ago, the Drekkajar and the Thoringyr respected each other. This only changed when Skovold came to power. Odin. An ancient Drekkajar spirit watched over the peak, which seemed to be a sacred graveyard of sorts. He's the keeper of the ceremonial flame, which is what we need to call down the broodmother. Why don't we go convince him to let us take the flame? I'm sure he'll be nothing but amiable.
There is no end to Undeath.
Minerva, by the way, was the one who argued that we shouldn't leave behind our fellow Death Knights because she actually gave a damn about them. If you remember her. If you don't, that's cool. Rise! Can I get some rises in chat? Rise! No? Okay, that's okay. No, I've got an emote for it. At least I used to. It might not be there anymore. Someone check? I'm actually curious if the Rise emote is still there. Damn it, it's Miristar. Wrong Rise! Wrong Rise now!
Death awaits.
There it is. Thank you. Rise. Hey, what's up? Welcome to my peak, Death Lord. I'm the last remaining ancient watcher of the Drekkajar. I make my home here, tending the sacred bodies of our allies who gave their lives for our alliance. Skovold may have shattered our alliance under the Thoringyr. There are those of us who do not follow his mandate. To this day, the Thoringyr die in our joint struggle. It's all I can do to attend their bodies. With Dalmir as my partner, we protect our charges with our lives. I'm raising these as my soldiers, and Dalmir is next. You shall not turn my allies into your mindless slaves. No, I'm not. Okay, fine.
I'll get the flame. Oh, I've been looking forward to this.
We're the good guys.
Undeath welcomes you.
See? Totally convinced. Let's take this torch down to the beacon.
Is that all?
Now we call the Mother, the true reason we came. She's strong. Her sheer will and strength allowed her to face this peak in order to watch over the remains of her brood. While the Therignir is a grand sight, I like my dragons a little more bony. She must die first. Remember the pyre where we met? She is its guardian, as the spirit is at the peak. If we light it, she will come.
Suffer well.
We are for the greater good, guys! Now here's a really horrifying thought. How much of this is us, and how much of this is the Third Lich King? Remember, as of this point in time, we know that they had started writing this with the idea that we were all under his direct control. In fact, that arguably probably goes back to Wrath, but let's ignore that. So, this is definitely the era in which, in lore, out of lore, in real life, as they were writing this, the Third Lich King is constantly exerting his will over us. So...
And now we wait. This fight will be glorious.
Unfortunately, I screwed up a while ago, and my Death Knight is level 68.
You to undeath.
So, this will not be a glorious fight. This will be a curse.
Don't think you're time to send our foe to the gallows.
It's a shame, because this is another one of those cool fights with actual mechanics to it. Little mini-boss kind of a thing. Oh well. Rise!
Welcome to our service, Damir. Hop on, Deathlord. It's time to return to Sargeras.
Yep, definitely the good guys.
Damir and her brood are ours. The tide is about to turn. Don't get me wrong. The Four Horsemen are most impressive. But giant undead dragons. When the demons catch sight of our brood, they may well die of fright. And if not, I'll happily...
There is an exposed ley line in
Oculus!
If my back had any skin left, that is.
Oh my god. What she said was, if not, I'll happily hack them to pieces with my axe. Either way, no skin off my back. If my back had any skin left, that is. Jesus, Dakoita. So, yeah, remember, these are our allies. We've been fighting with these, and they have agreed to help us, of their own free will, multiple times. So, Minerva, Thistly. Let's see, we need someone else bloodthirsty, but, like, kind of jokey, lighthearted-y about it. Brightwing. Quite the entrance, Deathlord.
We must forge our own.
Time is nigh. With these new dragons in our army, we are prepared for an assault on the broken shore. A large detachment of demons has appeared near one of our camps. There are far too many of them for our allies to overcome. Who better defeat these demons than those without fear of death? Those with the large secret weapon. Take Damir. We'll meet you there.
The Knights of the Ebon Blade will not falter.
Ready to unveil our secret weapon? All those demons. Bah! No chance of us being overwhelmed. Not when we control the power of Damir and her brood. The Legion will tremble beneath Damir's shadow. They'll plead for mercy as we rain down death and destruction.
Minerva. We're just one dragon. Yeah, I was gonna say, undead dragons has been a trump card for, like, 15 years at this point? I don't know. I don't know what the new timeline is. I don't have it memorized anymore. They changed it on me, okay? What do you want from me? You know, let me get on my other undead dragon.
All is not lost. Not yet.
Time has come. Our scouts have marked a large amassing of demons not far from here. Lead us to victory!
To the bitter end.
The Legion lacks honor. That shall be their downfall. In death we will find atonement. Huh, they stand no chance. We ride ahead to scout. Meet you on the battlefield, Deathlord. I have to admit, I've always liked the elite squad concept in any fiction, right? You know what I'm talking about. I mean, it goes back to FF4 with the frickin' 4 elementals, right? The elemental fiends.
Do you see the horsemen? Incredible that they're holding their own against that throng.
So, yeah, 4 horsemen, same concept. Who's saying he isn't, Loke? We're being awfully coordinated here. I'm just saying. Picture this from the
Another batch down. Send them to their graves.
Picture this from the perspective of, you know, the RTS player that is Bolvar right now. Well, remember, the jailer doesn't exist yet, so... We need another one of those things. Yeah, they're weirdly coordinated. Wait. Wait! That was fun. I mean, the Ebon Blade are pretty horrifying, and they're probably supposed to be.
For us, there's no peace.
Now we have proven the might of the Ebon Blade to the Legion. The ability to take down so many demons without fear of death, that is the power we hold. We shall see many more demons fall to our blades, and we will strike them down for Azeroth.
We are eternal. We are unyielding.
We are. Sorry. The paladins are just like... They got the binoculars. What do you see, Sir Geoffrey? Sir Geoffrey? And he's just like... He's got this frown on his face. Oh, god damn it. God damn it. I hate everything. Where are you, Minerva? Are you up? There she is.
My axe hungers.
Look, I may be dead and my lungs may serve no purpose, but raising Dalmir to undeath was like a breath of fresh air. I ask you continue to take me into your guidance. Bring me to the battlefield again. I'll scatter the bones of any demon who so much as looks at me.
There is no end. Together we'll shatter them.
Okay, as I was saying... Aim this here. Jot down a positive. There's nothing wrong with liking your job.
What is your report? My vigil continues.
Where is it? There it is. Amalthazad has requested your presence. He has been in contact with the Lich King and making improvements on the Citadel. For his benefit or yours, I know not.
Ashes to ashes.
Okay. So this mount is the other one that does not play the dumb song, so we're just going to leave the music on for this. Oh, Millhouse. So Millhouse, Minerva, Brightwing, Thistly. That's 4.
Death greets you, young one.
Is that... there no tape inside? I can't think of his name all of a sudden. I forgot that he voiced Amalthazad. Ah, Death Lord, you have returned. I have inscribed a series of frozen runes above Sargeras. Once attuned, you'll be able to communicate with the Lich King more completely. He'll be able to show you things he could not before. He emits a horrible, rasping noise you can only assume is a chuckle. I don't want to communicate with the... I will do what is commanded of me.
Is you.
Close your eyes, Death Lord. Can't you feel his presence already? The Lich King's icy presence is in your mind in an instant. I think it ever left. Stand in the rune. I will show you what I have seen.
We do what the living cannot.
Jesus. So this is almost assuredly the point at which the third Lich King... Yeah, Dave Fennoy, thank you. I couldn't think of his damn name. Pompaneeks knew what I was talking about. Blizzard uses Dave Fennoy a lot. He's been in a lot of their stuff. I have no idea, Mr. Floyd. Although, it's worth noting, I talked about this earlier, nobody currently around who is alive has the knowledge and skill to raise a Lich anymore. So, we're pretty much out of Liches. All the surviving Liches are kind of the only ones left at this point. Which is funny, because the same thing applies to the Death Knights. Like, most of the high undead were only ever really possible with the power of the Lich King. The power of the Lich King's gone. More, put simply, Blade-Cheval. More power, more skill, more knowledge, more direct control over undeath. Oh my god, that's terrifying.
The helm of domination shows me many things, Death Lord. I have seen a vision. Thousands of undead marching to the far reaches of Northrend in search of a great power. Yet when I reach out through the cold tendrils of endless ice, I sense nothing there. Go now to the far north of Icecrown, and I will show you what I have seen.
North of Northrend. Holy crap. But couple of things. First of all, did you notice he's out of the ice? Which is already scary. Second of all, the skybox turning into Icecrown's skybox. Oh my god. That's a good question, Loke. There is no current Lich King, is the nicest and simplest way I can say that. But I apologize. You are correct, Loke. I should stop getting ahead of myself. As for could it still be gained? Yeah. I mean, there's nothing preventing someone from doing the level of work and research necessary to learn about undeath that much. From a purely meta perspective, I doubt that will happen anytime soon. Simply because, you know, this expansion is all about War Within, which is set up for the next expansion, which is all about the Elves and the Void, and possibly the Light. And the last expansion is all about the Titans. There's no room for the undead taking a major role in any of that. Now, if the expansion after the Last Titan is called The Dead Walk, then yeah, we might have a problem. Several Reign 36, but of course I can't think of any off the top of my head. I'll ask the question of the crowd. Any relatively underexplored aspects of the lore you'd like to see more time and attention on? They did mention that undeath can be made by powers other than death. Just like Kalia was actually brought into undeath by light. Which, by the way, is a wonderfully horrifying thought. Yeah, by the way, they don't call Northrend that for no reason. Northrend is the roof of the world. Further north, well, we're getting way up here now, aren't we?
It was here that I saw the undead swarming across an icy shelf, seeking a prize coveted by Arthas. Look ahead. Do you see it? The bones of a dragon most ancient and powerful beyond reckoning. Yet all that remains here is the sea, and I sense no trace of undead.
Arthas never found the prize he sought. It is ours by right. The dragons must know where the resting place of their kin resides. Find a member of the Bronze Flight, the tenders of history. Do not be merciful.
Find a member of the Bronze Flight, the tenders of history. Do not be merciful.
It's not just me, right? I'm not the only one who finds this whole quest horrifying. There's just something about the insidiously quiet nature of how... I'm saying it wrong. The third Lich King is so fascinating to me, and I really wish they did more with him. Because he is simultaneously subtle and blunt. The second Lich King would play with his food. The first Lich King was mostly scheming against the Legion. The third Lich King, you don't know what he's doing. He does whatever he wants to, in whatever manner he wants to. And he gets away with it, because he's the Lich King. He's also the only one of the three to willingly accept the crown. You think about it from that perspective, too. Unfortunately, what you're looking at is pretty much it, Mr. Floyd. The overwhelming majority of the third Lich King's screen time is in Legion. Other than that, he does a couple of background things in BFA in preparation for Shadowlands. And then, obviously, Shadowlands is his big time to be the main character. Hi, I was instructed to not be merciful.
Pleased to meet you.
Tell me all you know of a glacier to the north, where a powerful dragon fell. What would a Deathbringer like yourself want with that information? This was not a request.
Right.
Okay, there used to be glaciers. Large ones to the north of Icecrown. They floated away years ago. I don't anymore, I swear. Very well. Yeah, if there's one thing I have to admit that irritates me about Shadowlands, only one, it's the fact that they took all of the fascinating possibilities of the third Lich King and pretty much threw it all out the window.
The eternal sun guides us.
Tell me everything you know.
Farewell.
We'll never find what you seek, Deathbringer. Now you have worn out your welcome in this temple. Be gone.
The Reds know something. They hide their secrets in the ruby sanctum beneath Wormrest. He has alerted his allies already. They will be expecting you.
Yeah, Blade Cheval, yeah. Yeah, I remember going through this and just being like, oh my god. What are you referencing, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, like I said, at least this comes back later. Such as it is. And again, this is a like...
A record of their history must lurk somewhere in the sanctum. Spare whom you will, or slay them all. The choice is yours.
Oh my god! Okay, so this... Okay. This is kind of brilliant. It is harder to go through here and not kill everyone. Let me say that a little bit differently. It's harder to go through and not kill anyone. It's pretty hard to go through this and not kill anybody. It is pretty easy to go through and kill a bunch of them. It takes a surprisingly small amount of effort to kill everyone. And once again, that's just how horrible the Third Lich King is. He gives us the choice. Do this. Whether you kill them all or not is not something that matters to me. Oh my god. I don't think I have that achievement. Where would that be? Where would that be? Yeah, I know, I have feat of strength. That's my point. Straight up removed? That's rare. They almost never actually remove feats of strength. Even if you can never get them again, they're still sitting there. I'm actually legitimately weirded out that they would just straight up remove something like that. Why would they do that? No, I would never get it. I swore that, and I stand by it, but goddamn. Well, interestingly enough, unlike last time, this will be a lot easier. I'm just going to slip through here. Because we're level 68. Five short cinematics, huh? What are the other two, Mr. Floyd? And either way, I've already reviewed the 3 Harbinger cinematics. But to answer your question in full, because it sounds like you're just a little behind here, so let me just get you caught up. So we've been showcasing the vignettes, which is what I call them, because that's what they are, ever since Pandaria. The thing is, both Pandaria and Warlord's vignettes weren't actually in the game. Therefore, even though I could show you them, I cannot review them. They are not a part of the game does not get credit for them. As of Legion, they finally moved those into the game, so I can actually show them off on camera in the game, and the game can get credit for them, which it did, and it got lots of it. Because they're really, really good. I argue that there's only one vignette that is not amazing. That is the Sylvanas one in BFA. There we go. The Codex contains entries from many of the great red dragons of the past. You skim the pages and locate an entry for an ancient red dragon called Chironistras, who fell doing battle with a great corruption on an iceberg to the north. The last known location of the iceberg is noted in the margins. The Lich King's presence is overwhelming. Do you know why the Red Dragonflight seeks to prevent us from finding our prize? The bones of great red dragons teem with the essence of life, decades after their passing. You will consume this essence, blight it, and turn it undeath, and then you will raise a dragon. Fly now to the north, find this glacier, and your destiny. The presence fades.
Fly now into the north, find this glacier, and your destiny.
Yeah, I noticed that as Mirror. What did he say? Does anyone remember the actual line that the third Lich King would say? God, I hate this song. Hello, Zar. That's an interesting thought, Kira White Noise. I've been thinking about our Warcraft a lot during this run, for obvious reasons. And for the most part, most of the changes I'm doing probably aren't going to be super huge. But I'm ejecting Shadowlands... Well, I don't want to say eject, that's the wrong word. No constructed afterlives. Let's just say it that way. And that very fundamentally changes Shadowlands, right? So that's the big question mark. That's the Star Trek V equivalent of the rewrite. And I've been chewing on what to do with that for a while. The idea of the third Lich King making a comeback there is certainly an interesting one. We can still keep the trauma with Anduin, which is a fairly relevant part of his character going forward, and not something I really want to change. We can still keep the finale for Sylvanas. Like, both of those can be reattached to other characters relatively easily, especially if the third Lich King decides to become more active in a villainous role.
Continue north, Deathlord, into the blizzard.
Yeah, exactly, as Mirror.
And hold tight to your reins. It is here. I can feel it. Your supplies have likely frozen. I sense feral undead buried in the ice. It seems the time has come to test your will. Of course, should you fail to survive, know that I shall claim Sargeras for my own.
Oh my god.
Arthas may have sought revenge on the Citadel, but I have other plans.
Okay. Yeah, welcome to a place so cold that the living functionally cannot survive here. We have a debuff called Freezing Fog. You are unable to eat or drink. Also, periodically, it will spawn ghouls who will attack you infinitely. You are not encouraged to stay here longer than you have to. And once again, yeah, notice he's so upfront about it. It's so fascinating the way he just is so honest about it, right? If you die, I am claiming your fortress for my own. He can do it. What would you do instead, Uthor? Because I have another idea, too. But I'm curious of yours. Yeah, exactly. A plotter and a schemer who tells you the truth. I've always found that archetype fascinating. It's pretty rare.
You are getting close. I can sense the spark of life ahead of you. You will bring decay to this lost place.
I should mention, I know players who would die on this quest. Obviously, we're not going to. We're in no danger. But I'm just saying, if we were doing this properly synced, this would be a little bit more dangerous than it currently is appearing to be. I mean, would you want to die out here, Loke? Also, the music really encapsulates this.
I sense many feral undead nearby. They have been feeding on its life energy. Take it from them. Slay them all.
There's no real deities in this setting, Czar, depending on how you define it. The closest thing we had emphasis on past tense was Elune. Yeah, so, you remember Essence of the Red? Because I do. Haste increased, movement speed increased, resource generation increased. Stacking. 22 stacks at the moment. Yeah, this was a Hyper Beam moment, and a pretty good one.
You have stolen the dragon's life energy. Now, bend it to your desires. Pervert it with your darkness.
Do I have to? Of course, the answer to that is yes.
I can feel the unholy energy surging within you. Raise the dragon and claim it as your own.
That is a good question, Czar. We may never know what their original plans were for the third Lich King. They're long gone now. I was going to say, we're pretty damn sure by this point that they had already leaned into the Sylvanas is the villain idea. And BFA was definitely well into production at this point. But I'm also still fairly certain that the jailer didn't exist at this point. So I'm not sure where they were going with any of that. Either way, that's a great quest. Hell yes. Terrifying, atmospheric, visually interesting, great music usage, and exactly as horrifying as it should be. We have one last order hall. The very end.
Heroes of the Alliance.
Shut up.
The Dragon Isles have...
Azeroth must not fall.
My guess is they were there. They were the ones that the second Lich King sent north. Exactly, Uthor. That's, admittedly, we're in the realm of speculation, but paying attention and analyzing and what we know off the camera, you could kind of see when they had changed their minds about certain things. Correct. Look, there's no such thing as a natural A-bomb. It kind of goes against the idea. So when the jailer finally shows up, the insistence was, he was totally always there. He was always behind everything. But again, as we've already pointed out, he wasn't. Like, they didn't even invent him until pretty far in. Yeah, no kidding, Master Man. You're fine, Tsar. I understand how bad mobile typing is. But you asked an earlier question about... Oh, no, I think I already answered that. Okay, we're good. Cool. Oh, by the way, I never answered you, Mr. Floyd. I was playing Frost. I just like Frost. That's all. Unholy is ridiculous, though. I think Ross asked me something, too, that I can get around to answering. Maybe not. I don't see anything. Oh god, where am I? Twitch, could you stop, please, for 5 seconds?
It's like meeting again for the first time. If you find a powerful weapon, just make sure it isn't corrupted by the Burning Legion or old gods, okay?
I agree with you, Huthor. Jackass's, hole in the sky thing, 100%. It's also a twist, if you remember. Everyone in the world... I shouldn't say it that way. Everyone I know of, including me, all expected, her to grab the crown, right? She even does it. She even goes into the exact pose that they used, that Arthas did, and that Bolvar did, and that Tyrion started to do for putting on the crown, right? They knew what they were doing. The Lich King question. Right. What happened to the previous few Lich Kings? Okay. So, Ner'zhul's kind of complicated. He was the first Lich King. The nicest way to answer that question is to say that he is worse than gone, and we'll leave that as that for now. The second Lich King was Death Knight Arthas. He's dead. We actually killed his ass and took the crown from him and destroyed Frostmourne back in Wrath of the Lich King. So Frostmourne's gone, which is good. The helm remains. The position remains. And that's the third Lich King.
Lord Illidan knows the way.
Everything is in place. All systems operational, and we have plenty of fuel. The Fellhammer's jump engines are ready. Karya and Veritas know that you are coming for them. Bellis intelligence indicates they have retreated to Niskara!
Do not give in to the power of the Legion.
I admit I didn't actually like the opening cinematic to Shadowlands. And what irritates me the most about that is when I made that comment when it first came out, a lot of people accused me of not liking it because I was just a Lich King fanboy and didn't enjoy watching him lose. Which is very, very dumb. I think you're right. I think this is our last time to Niskara, unless we do it sometime during Argus. I'm going to take a very brief AFK. I'll be right back. You know, one thing that I can say positively about that cinematic? Sound design. You'll see what I mean when we get there.
Illidari, prepare for jump to Niskara! Moving into position above Niskara. Everyone up top, commence bombardment! If you bombard the demons below with the Fellhammer's artillery, I'll get our forces ready. Just use the console here.
Sure thing. Boop. Some people probably wondered what having a spaceship is like. Again, I ask, what happened to the Fellhammer after Legion? In all honesty, considering that several times the Demon Hunters, the Illidari specifically, have been the permanent end of several Legion strongholds, yeah, this is probably it for Niskara right here.
Don't just stand there waiting to be killed! Attack! Deploy the Devastators!
I didn't get to play last week because of a combination of sickness and fatigue.
I will take great pleasure in killing you.
God damn it, Uthor. Actually, that is an interesting question. I'm going to check something really quick. We'll see, Lunaruth. We'll see. We're not there yet. No, that's what I thought. The Fellhammer has absolutely no presence past Legion. Not a surprise.
I've sacrificed. Illidari, hear me! The time has come. All of our struggles, all of our sacrifices have led to this moment. Akama, you and the others will remain behind to protect the Fellhammer. You five, come with us. Niskara awaits!
Yes, fools! Come down! Jump to your deaths!
I mean, what did the Illidari do post-Legion? While we're on the subject.
Glad to see you made it. My life is dedicated to destroying the Burning Legion. Illidari, you have your targets. Attack!
I mentioned earlier the possibility of looking into curing them.
Demon hunters, if you proceed, I will allow Veritas and Caria to destroy you.
Oh no.
There will be no forgiveness, no second chance to join me.
I know there's several Ismaristar. I've done all of them. Yeah, that's the old Kil'jaeden model, which is weird. Oh no, that makes sense, that makes sense. Sorry, timeline-wise, this is actually before patch 7.2, I believe it was? This is 7.0 right now. Well, I, by definition, had to have done that one as Ismaristar, but I don't remember it. Oh well. We'll get to it, I suppose. Or we won't, actually. Because we'll be doing that expansion as an evoker. Yes, this is our finish of the Order Hall for the Demon Hunter. We ran into the padding problem, and I was legitimately thinking about just leaving it there and saying, screw it. But A, I wanted to show off the rest of the stuff, obviously, and B, well, we've got the final invasion of Niskara here, so last night, rather than resting and recuperating, I did most of the boring Order Hall stuff off camera. And gave negatives for it, before you ask. Sure, Papa Neeks. Why not? But yeah, no, I legitimately think that most Demon Hunters should be like most Death Knights right now. Obviously, there's the player character ones, and that's fine, that's whatever. But like, as Huthor said, we're not relevant anymore. We were a specific power set to fight a specific enemy that isn't there anymore. And we are now damned forever for our choice to do so. We should probably be seeking a cure. And this is Warcraft. We have insane levels of healing, both technology and magic. There probably is a cure, somewhere, somehow. Maybe not the kind of thing that would take a lot of main focus, but maybe like a side campaign or a side quest chain or something. Falcondor. You joke, but that is more or less the direction I'm thinking. I wouldn't worry about that, Trixia. Nice, Kira White Noise. Oh yeah, what is next week? Classic again? By next week, I mean tomorrow. That would be interesting as Miristar. She might be more willing to work with the Demon Hunters with Illidan out of the picture, which he is.
In Sargeras' name. You really think we are going to just let you in? You came all this way for nothing, Demon Hunters!
Now that is an interesting question, Blanchard.
Azeroth must not fall.
Might I suggest ordering a Kama to move the Fellhammer into position and fire on that barrier?
Remember, nothing is more important than the Kama. Move the Fellhammer into position. Bring down this Fell barrier.
Moving now. You might want to step back.
Thanks, Akama. I'm glad I didn't enslave you by ripping your soul out. Not that anyone would do that. Well, it's interesting because it's kind of hard to answer, Bladefall. The second Lich King employed, to our knowledge, shamanistic, frost, obviously unholy death magic, and undeath magic. Oh, and he also had knowledge of light while we were on the subject.
You are all going to die painfully.
Die, worm!
Okay, you interrupted. You get to die first.
I arrive!
Watch your step!
Fight for my pleasure.
Really? Giltain, really? I mean, I wouldn't think that personally, Reign 36, but I admittedly am not any of the four groups involved. Oh, she's defeated.
My lord, Gil'jaeden!
Pathetic.
Arcane is very good at cleansing anything chaotic, Void and Fel both, so yeah. Light can resist, but Fel can also overwhelm anything given enough. Well, that's the point, isn't it, Reign 36? I guess that's kind of an opinion question at that point. On camera, she expresses far more irritation towards Illidan than us.
Back to life again.
Very well, Illidari. Your fate is sealed. You will perish with your world.
You gonna do anything about that, or are you just gonna stand there? Okay.
Yes, I can see you. What do you... Malevolence! Get us out of here!
Of course, my dears.
Yeah, Maiev is the one who let us out, don't forget. But you'll notice she was not that keen with Illidan.
Tylos, jump us back to Mardu.
What's funny is, without her letting us out, the Wardens would have almost assuredly all died, too. I don't know, Mr. Floyd. Oh, congrats, Ten-Headed. Appreciate the sub. And I hope life treats you well. Because if it doesn't... One second, so that's Overlord 1, Red Dead Redemption 2, Grim Fandango, and again, thank you. Don't worry, the post-game ruminations, well, we'll see. You don't have to support me. If you have to pull back, I understand completely. Times are tough, life is life, and if you go to a burger joint and they don't sell burgers, why would you keep going there?
We are all that stands between the Legion and annihilation.
We won the day. Carlia and Veritas are no more. We've sent a clear message to the Legion that they're vulnerable on their own. Yeah, we've done that.
Don't follow anyone blindly. Recruiting Alari and Jace as your champions is long overdue. They've earned it.
So I'm actually kind of with what Mr. Floyd is probably intimating there. That was not a great finale to the Order campaign. Gameplay-wise, it was actually pretty fun.
I have sacrificed everything. What have you given?
Very astute of you to have saved the best for last. In all seriousness, I'm deeply honored you've chosen me. Something tells me the worst is yet to come.
Trust in Lord Illidan's plan. We have been through so much together. Of course I accept.
I like Alari. I kind of hope that we see more of her in the future. Like, of all her and Altruis are probably my favorites, but Altruis is kind of player choice. So Alari is the one most likely to show up in the future.
My life is dedicated to destroying the Burning Legion. Death to the Legion. I stand ready to represent you in the Illidari. What's next?
Yeah, Corvus would be cool too. I mean, again, this is sort of the Death Knight problem. If you've been paying attention, the Death Knights haven't really had screen time post-Wrath. The only exception to that of any substance is Legion, when there's an entire Death Knight Order Hall chain. Other than that, it's been the briefest of cameos here and there.
I've sacrificed everything. What have you given?
I'm your leader, dude.
Illidari! Servants of Illidan! Hear me! We gather here today to pay tribute to one who has served with both honor and distinction as our indomitable leader. We have regained the Sargerite Keystone. We have defied Kil'jaeden and invaded a Legion world. And we have vanquished our nemesis, Karya and Veridus Fellsoul. For this and countless other successes, we bestow one of our highest honors, the title of Slayer! Azeroth must not fall. Don't give in to the power of the Legion.
Irritatingly, we actually have to do one more thing in order to progress. And so one more thing we shall do.
We are all that stands between the Legion and annihilation. Greetings, Slayer. Throughout the campaign against the Legion, we have witnessed your affinity with the weapon you wield grow stronger. Using the resources you've gathered for our cause, we now have the means to awaken the full potential of these ancient blades. Raise your blade before the forge. Watch it infuse the weapon with its might. Let our eternal foe tremble before the fury and destruction you unleash. Yes, I can see you. What do you want?
No, sorry. Probably Braven. I don't know, though. Obviously, I suppose. That's an interesting question, Uther. I hadn't thought about that. Where would you take the Illidari? As an organization, not the player character. I understand that the player character sort of has to stay in stasis so they can keep existing and doing content. But the Illidari is a polity, like, right? As an organization. What do you do with it? Agreed, Czar. Murder Illidan. I mean, you know, I'm actually kind of with that, as we've discussed many times.
The Burning Legion will fall.
Congrats, Bragwin. You have entered hell. You've entered a quest that was 5 negatives. Well, a quest chain. I don't think I've given any individual
We received an urgent message from one of our scouts on Mardoom.
quest that many negatives.
We are under attack and taking heavy losses. Legion portals are opening up everywhere. We need reinforcements.
We are all that stands between the Legion and annihilation. Remember, nothing is more important than the Legion's destruction.
I struggle to think of what that would involve, Blade Javal.
Do not give in to the power of the Legion. Illidari, we are needed on Mardoom. Move out.
Like a quest chain? Sure, we've done plenty of that. But one quest?
What brings you here? Good luck.
That's impressive. See, no, we haven't actually been down to Mardoom since the starter zone, I think. Deja vu.
Vandal, we have answered your call for aid. What has happened?
Corvus, Slayer! All was quiet until recently. Suddenly, Legion portals appeared, and we were fighting for our lives. Most of our scouts are missing.
We will find them. And what of Lady Sifeno?
Huh. She made a few snide comments regarding our vigilance, and then left on her own. I haven't seen her since.
If we don't meet again, die well.
We'll have our work cut out for us finding the missing scouts. I suspect that one does not wish to be found. Do your best.
Death to the Legion.
This is a serious invasion, but nothing like a slayer like you can't handle. Put those weapons to work.
Trust in Lord Illidan's plan.
I feel like there would be at least 1, 2, or 3. I feel like 3 is the right number of demon hunters who would just kind of very, very, very slowly cull the demons. You know what I mean? They have a ship, they have the means. If they kill demons in the Nether, those demons are permanently gone. And they just roam and kill. Slowly removing all the water from an ocean with a bucket. Don't have to really focus on them. Don't even really have to have a quest involving them. Just mention that they're out there killing demons. For a very, very long time. I believe so, Mr. Floyd, but don't actually quote me on that. That's an interesting question, Blade Traval. So there are demons who can be negotiated with, and there's demons who can be reasonable. In fact, we've worked with several in this very expansion. We've even seen some as far back as BC. But they are the extreme rarity. So, for all intents and purposes, like 99.99 repeating % of demons are people that you could get rid of and there's nothing lost there.
I'd sooner kill you than look at you. But let's start with luck.
Outmatched and outnumbered. My life for the Legion.
I mean, that's not really an in-universe choice we're offering them, rate 36. Just something being debated from a writer's perspective. It's more about what they would choose, which is why it's likely that you would have multiple options. In the absence of a legion to fight, it's most likely the Illidari would split up in one manner or another. It also makes sense that several demon hunters would go ahead and band together, at least in smaller groups, because they have a less likelihood of falling to their own corruption if they have someone else to help watch them. And yeah, it would also be a choice that Illidan never gave them, interestingly.
Mortal flesh parts so easily.
Ah, Slayer. Since you're here, you may as well lend a hand.
Well, I guess. Well, I think not every demon would go... Every demon hunter would go hunt demons, but yeah, I think several would.
Taking him, eventually. My thanks.
You're welcome. I'm already sick of your voice actress.
I wouldn't call what I do serving the Illidari. It's more like cooperation.
I was stir-crazy after so many months on board that stinking ship. Besides, my situation requires someone with skills.
Illidan is the one true master of the Illidari.
I feel like we have Auralia, but I don't remember where. Not counting the Frozen Throne, which was Fell Ice. Not that it's there anymore. Also, I do stand firm in the idea that there should be the possibility of researching a cure for demon hunters long term. Doesn't have to be something that happens immediately, but like it should be something they're looking into, right? Maybe even dip into the Shadowlands, talk to some people who have a lot of experience with souls. Just spitballing.
Lord Illidan knows the way. Remember, nothing is more important than the Legion's destruction. If we don't meet again...
Yeah, I could see Altruis doing that.
Slayer, we are being boarded by demon swarms. Your presence is requested aboard the Fellhammer.
Okay.
Death to the Legion.
Damn them! Let's go!
Damn it, Blade Jamal. No!
More demons.
Through you.
Although, real talk, if I was working at Blizzard, I would make a reference to it.
They should never have sink or swim.
I'm dead serious. It would be very quiet and in the background.
No time for nasty insinuations, Satheno, my dear. They took out our weapons first thing. If you help kill these foul creatures, we can see about making repairs.
Cease your bickering. We have a ship to save.
Seriously. Yeah, like, exactly, Blade Jamal. Just a quiet thing for some very small number of players to pick up on and be like, ah!
Ha! Racking up the kills.
That's what I do. Okay, could you stop bothering Malevolence, please? Thank you.
Let's make this quick.
We have this unwanted.
It's a reference to FF14, Aurelia.
You will pay for imprudence! imprisoning me, foul creatures!
Back into prison. Oh yeah, pray return to the waking shores. I remember that now. Like I was about to say, it's not like Blizzard has ever been shy about making references in their video games, right? Well, those people are officially stupid, Uthor.
Ugh, ha! Racking up the kills.
Thieves! This ship is mine!
I mean, say that.
Was supposed...
Finders, Keeper! We cannot hold out much longer! We must destroy them!
The weapons are badly damaged. If we activate them now, they could destroy us, too. Perhaps if we divert energy from the main engine core. You are right, Setheno. Either we risk it or we are dead anyway. Slayer, we need to get to the main console upstairs.
Get on. Actually, yeah, that's Mirror.
The Slayer remains unconscious. I fear what will happen if...
Ooh, that was a nasty knock on the head. Still, our Slayer is a strong one, my dear. Look.
I've sacrificed everything.
That's quite a hit you took. Frankly, I'm amazed the Fellhammer didn't self-destruct when we fired our weapons. We're lucky to be alive.
Trust in Lord Illidan's plan.
The Legion ships are gone for now. Only a matter of time before they attack again, and we must be prepared. We need to get going on repairs immediately. Lady Setheno took the lead. That one will do anything to remain on solid ground. She's waiting for you at the broken shore.
Do not give in to the power of the Legion.
That is a good question, Illidan. Uthor, your new name is Illidan. Illidan, but with a British accent. But yeah, he's on the broken shore giving world quests. That's not actually a joke. The Murlocs are being converted by the Legion.
What is it now?
Why does it always have to be demons? Ugh.
Well, at least this place beats Outland. Any place beats Outland.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Korvas sent a report on the status of the Fellhammer. It suffered major damage and is now even uglier than before, if that's possible. It's only begun listing to one side, rather comically, I might add. For some reason, Korvas doesn't find this nearly as entertaining as she should. Anyways, there's stabilizer crystals around the tomb of Sargeras. Say the word, I'll direct a squadron of Illidari bat riders. I'd come too, but...
Zinashari.
Well, why don't you join us on the bats?
I'm busy, but I can make time for you.
Korvas asked for a bunch of other stuff, but I want her to learn a bit of patience, don't you agree? She did mention the ship's weapons array is severely damaged and dangerously low on power. Knowing her, I'm sure that's an exaggeration. I suppose you may as well take this power core I confiscated. You can replenish it from those disgusting Legion geysers and energy globes around the tomb. There's some obnoxious demon. He's been yelling for hours. Would you shut him up? I'm getting a headache.
Fight well.
That is the best reason to kill a demon lord I've ever heard.
Try not to die.
cannot escape. Our reach is endless.
Honestly, while we're on the subject, you know another story beat I'd love to see them do more with? What the hell is going on with the demons post-Legion? Or, to be more accurate, everything that's going on with the demons post-Legion. Because it's probably not one thing, right? It's probably like everyone's doing whatever the hell they want to. I think there's a lot of potential in that. Ah! No, who's the horror? No. It is, however, worth noting that not only have they lost all of their organization and coordination, but they've probably lost their ability to construct. And frankly, I've always been one of those people who really likes that kind of story arc. You know, we can't build tanks, but we have 3 functioning tanks. Insert story here. Usually set in post-apocalypse stories, right? Yeah, dwindling resources that cannot be replenished. But yeah, Demon Warlords is more or less the direction I'm thinking there. And yeah, pretty much the exact same thing the Scourge have been doing for the last several years at this point. Yeah, these are kind of hard to hit with Dragon Flying. Holy crap, I might have to turn off Dragon Flying. Let's just do it. Let's just not screw around with it. I mean, it took a Titan to do it last time, Blades of All. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread that, Blades of All. I thought you said coordinate and subjugate all the demons. My bad. My bad. Sorry. Sorry. I actually misread that. So yeah, no, that's easy. I mean, again, as Huthor just said, Warlocks do that all the time. The entire Warhawk quest chain is about subjugating and coordinating demons for their own ends. And demons tend to be pretty simple, at least the lower end ones. You give them food, you give them a decent life, they tend to be relatively content. Still just as buggy as it used to be. Oh yeah, some people probably don't really...
I detest those winged fiends. Not only do they harass our forces, they breed like rabbits. We need to thin their numbers.
All the way back at the beginning of the run, I did a side-by-side comparison of, you know, fast flying versus dragon flying. This is fast flying. It's pretty slow. Ironically, I think this is still faster than FF-14's flying. Like rabbits, apparently, is Mirror.
How can I aid you, little one?
It's a shame the Bat Riders didn't make it. Even more reason to blast the hell out of the Legion as soon as the Fellhammer's weapon core is operational again.
Is that all?
I always hated heights. I'm glad you're the one that always who does what was the. I'm glad you're the one who has to do the dirty work.
Well, at least this place beats Outland. Any place beats Outland.
It's about time you shut that demon up. Thanks.
Zinashari.
If you're anything like me, I'm sure you'd prefer to remain here on solid ground. Unfortunately, it's probably best to return to the Fellhammer. I guess.
I suppose I should ensure the Fellhammer is being properly repaired. See you there, Slayer.
Yeah, again, I feel like it's easy to get used to how fast dragon flying is. And not really properly process how much faster dragon flying is. I used to have an add-on that actually tracked my speed just so I could see the comparison in real time.
My life is dedicated to destroying the Burning Legion.
Your quick blades have proven their worth to the Eldari yet again. We will begin repairs to the Fellhammer immediately. We cannot allow the Legion to catch us with our pants down again.
Death to the Legion. With the Slayer to lead us, the Legion will fall. Let us take this moment to celebrate our victory.
Let's make this quick.
Now, sharpen your blades for the battles to come. The Illidari will prevail!
You've gone above and beyond to honor our pact. You know I'm not one for sappy speeches, but I assure you I'm grateful. I will take my place at your side if you will have me.
Is that all?
And she's our bodyguard for the Illidari. A Naga. That one amuses me. Excuse me. Excuse me. So last I checked, Vosh hasn't had any connection to Ashara since ever. But didn't they, like, retcon that? So, like, oh no, she was totally with Ashara the entire time, or something. I remember reading about that somewhere. It was all a ploy. My machinations lie undetected for years.
Azeroth must not fall.
I don't remember either. Doesn't matter. She's dead. She was allied with the jailer. I knew it. He was behind everything. That's pretty much the idea, Aurelia. War Within will be the first time we go past level 67. How's that for a weird thought?
Well, hello there.
Slayer, I have something I would like to speak with you about when you have a moment.
Let's do this again real soon.
Mardoom has its fair share of secrets, one of which we found not too long after it took control of the Fellhammer. It's a breeding ground of sorts, festering with fell bats. We've been capturing the pups and trying to train them up for our efforts against the Legion, but the other day we caught an even greater prize, something worthy of your position. Speak with Kyra, she'll provide you a ride to the ledge.
I always love our little chats.
Ishnu Dal Diel.
No, maybe they did, Masker Man, I don't know. Who knows at this point? Ashara dips in and out of relevance. I would say either Affliction Warlock Subtlety Rogue. Or Shadow Priest. I'd say all three of those kind of fulfill that.
Your wish might be my command. Illidari, bring out the beast.
That would be cool as Minister.
This Fellbat attacked our camp. It's a rare treat to capture a mature specimen. So I insisted it be restrained rather than destroyed. Taming such a willful beast requires a show of dominance. That is, of course, my specialty. But in this case, I suggest simply pummeling it into submission.
I can do that.
Quickly, bind the creature. My apologies. It seems to have escaped. Ah, but see here? A trail of blood. How convenient. Tracking it should be simple, thanks to your demon sight. But if it's run off to the breeding grounds, I fear you may have some trouble bringing it back. Bats can be such spirited creatures.
Well, let's see if we can hunt this sucker. I love how a stupid level nothing pup, not even a normal mob, just a trash mob, can daze me. Negative the gameplay that I've already given months ago. Days. Oh wow. One negative every time I get dazed. That that would be a couple. You know, that's true, Aurelia.
I see you've tamed the beast, Slayer. Congratulations are in order, my dear. Allow us to make the creature presentable so that it may be conferred to you at the Fellhammer. Speak with Yrdris, and he'll see you back to the ship.
Are you ready for it? One last time.
Yes, I'm on your side.
It is slightly different. To be evil, of course, because we are in fact evil. Good to know. Yeah, I love the Predator Vision thing. I don't think so, Aurelia, no. But then again, we're still in the realm of stuff that I knew pretty well. I honestly doubt I'll learn anything new until we get to something like BFA or Shadowlands. Whoops. That was stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done with Order Halls. Forever. We're never going back. Actually, hang on. There's one more quest. We have to go to the Borean Tundra. Any changed opinions? Lots. Too many to summarize. The gameplay negative here says all it needs to, I think. So, all the Order Hall content you just saw is the majority of what happened in 7.2. Don't mistake me, 7.2 did have an endgame grind zone. That would be the Broken Shore. But it was mostly just, you know, spinning your wheels grind zone, like any of the other grind zones.
Is this hello or goodbye? I keep losing track.
Most of the content was in doing the quests. The quests that we just finished. With two exceptions, because there's only really...
Heroes of the Alliance.
I
The dragon
swear to God. So most of the quests all boil down to two things. The dungeon and the raid. Actually, let's just do this. Screw it. It's gonna be faster. Since that's all the Order Hall stuff, who's ready for an update on the HUD? I've been holding off on this very deliberately. So right now, 323, 34, 84, 148. Boop. Now we're at 415, 46, 99, and 200. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. That tracks for the experience we've been having. This should be interesting. So, let's get you caught up to the plot really quick, okay? because this is actually relevant. So we've managed to... Yeah, we still have to do an audit, which I will be doing off camera. Probably during the maintenance tomorrow. So we have pushed to retake the Broken Shore with a combination of all the Order Halls and all the forces of Azeroth. We have then managed to push through the Broken Shore, claim even more power for each of us individually in terms of the Order Halls and the artifacts and the mounts. With all of that done, it is now time to actually use the Pillars of Creation to seal that. That's the big thing. Remember, the whole goal from word go has been to seal that portal and prevent the Legion's invasion. Now, I stress that very importantly because, forgive me for bearing the lead on this, the goal here is to close the door. We're not trying to defeat the Legion. That's impossible. So, our goal here is just to stop their invasion.
I'm glad you're here. It is a world of wonder. Take care, my friend. You are the instrument of change.
Yeah.
Be mindful of your duty.
Where's the quest? Am I blind? I might be blind.
You've arrived just in time. You are always appreciated. Remain vigilant. Something is amiss on this world.
Huh. Okay. Well, I'm not sure where the quest is, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to do it. So, the quest is go in and use the... So, they actually did something interesting here. Shut up. They actually have 5 total Pillars of Creation. 4 we're going to be using specifically, right? 3 go in the raid, 1 goes in the dungeon. This is actually kind of a cool idea, I thought. It essentially splits the main plot into the dungeon and the raid, keeping the dungeons relevant, which is something they've done for many, many years, and so therefore makes perfect sense. This is a dungeon that has no normal mode, so one way or another we cannot give any positives to, gameplay-wise. Which sucks, because this is a great dungeon. Yes, that's Illidan and Maiev.
Our forces have engaged the Legion on the ground floor. We must place the Aegis in the tower before our losses grow insurmountable.
Ah, our guests of honor have finally arrived. I look forward to ripping those horns from your skull, betrayer!
There is nowhere you can flee that I cannot reach you, demon!
Illidan! Curse that impetuous demon hunter!
As you can see, our forces are in here too. Canonically, this is part of the Tomb of Sargeras. In fact, if you look down, remember that spot, because that's the first, that's the entrance to the raid, right over there. And right below us is where we'll be fighting the first boss of the raid. I actually know a lot of people who never noticed that this is actually the same structure.
I'm coming for you!
Congrats, Bregman. Exactly. We go down in the tomb, we go up in the cathedral. No, I don't think that's weird at all, Aurelia. I would imagine most people are like that. You can also see what this place used to be, because it's a lot less corrupted up here. This used to be a Temple of Elune. By the way, those succubi, they drop a unique warlock appearance for your pets. For anybody who was curious. Yeah, quite possibly the first temple. We're not 100% sure on that. Definitely an old one way or the other. I admittedly have slowed down a lot on collecting mounts ever since I got the last Collect Mounts achievement. So here's our first boss. A fell ancient of war? No. I don't know. Whatever. He's dead.
These ancient grounds are not for my end, was written in the rings.
Down he goes. Fun fight. All these are great fights. You'll forgive me for just kind of rushing through them, because duh. I think the next fight is actually one of my favorites in here, even though it's really simple.
Illidan left behind a mess. Stay close. We shall carve a path through these demons.
There's no actual heroic scaling. It's not reasonable to even do these at level, because heroics don't scale at all. If you're time walking, you cannot even walk into a heroic. If you're not time walking, then you're not time walking. The only way to scale to a heroic is to walk in at the exact level of the heroic, which in this case is 45, with a group of 45s who are all experience locked at 45. We did that once and only once. It was a special event, and we're never doing it again.
Fools want to outsmart the Legion? Think again.
It's Thrashbite the Scornful. Yeah, we did it for VC. Or Van Cleave, excuse me. Same problem with Mythic, by the way.
Come and get it.
I just want to show off one thing he can do very quickly. Shouldn't take long.
Come here and fight!
Really heavy hitting a thing. Easy to dodge, of course. Does a thing which destroys everyone who happens to be outside the ring.
I'll stomp you!
And then he does this. Which also gets rid of some of your line of sight blockers and also makes his other phases more dangerous.
Still, wimps!
So it's kind of a pseudo slow and rage, assuming you don't just obliterate him, of course. Fun fight, though. I liked it. It's one of those simple but solids. There are, of course, a lot of demons in here. No, wait, come back. No. Oh, yeah, Sledge Fist. I've actually done that fight. At level. It's the only raid I did at level in Shadowlands. Not the last boss, though. Never got that far. So now here's Fel Shalderai?
Did you really think you could elude me, Illidan? Run again, and I'll shackle you like the beast you are!
Posture if you must, Maev. But for now, do what you do best and follow me.
We've lost. The Legion broke our lines. They pushed us out of the tomb. You're all that stands between them and the Aegis. They are coming!
Let them come. Maev and I will hold them on the stairs below.
Forgive me if my glaive finds your heart, Illidan. With so many demons about, it's hard to distinguish you from the rest of this filth.
I mean, that's what everyone thinks, Logue. Including half of chat, apparently. This is a great fight.
Jaden sends his gratitude for delivering the Aegis into our hands.
Oh wait, no, this isn't a great fight, sorry. Next one.
Might of the Legion falls upon this world. It will be long.
Sorry. This upcoming fight. Go ahead and grab the Aegis here. There we go. Don't worry, guys. I, too, am worthy of the Aegis.
I will hold the skies, sea to the ages.
Alone at last.
Hi, Mephistroth. For some reason, this expansion's really trying to make you into a big bad. How are things?
Surrender the shield, and I will grant you a quick death.
Will you, though? So, players decide where the area avoidance is, which I always like it when more player choice is involved in those kind of mechanics. Swarm attack. Gotta love it.
How kind of you to bring the Aegis to me!
Whoops. Did the fight just reset? Why? Yeah, I mentioned that earlier as Miristar. Well, he got the Aegis. Alright, whatever. Whatever. Fine.
What is this?
Can it be?
So.
The Guardian.
In ages past, this shield defended the young world soul against madness and corruption. Today, it serves those who fight for Azeroth. I am Aegwin, Guardian of Tirisfal. I left behind this echo of my power as a safeguard in the event that the wards I put in place to protect the tomb failed. Indeed, I sense that the Master of the Burning Legion now schemes to claim his prize. Yet there is still hope. By anchoring the pillars of creation in the halls below, you will restore my wards and push back against the invaders. Then you must venture into the depths of the tomb and use the Eye of Aman'Thul to eradicate the Fellstorm and sever the Legion's link to Azeroth. But the pillars alone cannot bring victory. Only a united army founded on strength and courage can conquer the Legion. When you and your allies are prepared for the final battle, my Echo will return to aid you. The fate of Azeroth rests in your hands.
Again.
Khadgar will want to hear of this.
It seems preparations are in order.
Illidan, I swear to God. Also, nice new glaives, since, you know, I have yours. So, there's your big plot twist for doing the dungeon. Aegwin left behind an Echo, and that Echo is now guiding us in using the Pillars of Creation.
Do not sit idle.
To seal this sucker out and close the door. Cool. Okay. Let's do the raid. The best raid. I'm kidding. You've just heard me say that so much recently, I figured I'd just get another one in there.
Ere Duval, one of the Legion's most brutal warriors.
So. A lot of dead in here. Velen holding the line. Remember, we were just up there. Love the visuals.
Quickly!
Leave none standing. If we fail here, Azeroth burns.
Yes! Let them come. Their bodies will fuel the flames of their burning world.
Fall back!
Pretty impressive effect, honestly. So this is interesting. This is our first boss. Goroth.
Intruders! Killing you will regain my master's favor.
Now, you might not be able to tell at a glance. That is a Pit Lord, aka an Annihilan. Yes, Luke. That, however, is a Pit Lord so completely glutted with fel that it's sort of really awful. He is in constant horrific pain as he is endlessly burning himself alive. Now, you're probably thinking, oh my god. But no, like, that's very deliberate. I think it actually mentions here. Yeah, as punishment for past failures, his flesh is seared with searing wounds. Yeah. This is his punishment. I should mention that Sargeras is quite unkind to anybody who fails him on any level. Which makes sense. He's a Titan.
Come, face your doom. More agony to come.
Wait, which version are we in? We're only in normal. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
The echo of the Guardian Egwene appears, just as she did in the cathedral.
I sealed each level of this temple so that no invader could descend into its depths. I never anticipated that the Legion would find another way to breach its dark heart. My protective wards now bar your way. Each seal can only be opened with one of the pillars of creation. Be warned, the demons will stop at nothing to prevent your advance. I can sense one of the Legion's masters working to reanimate the avatar of Sargeras. Should Kill Jaden infuse that husk with the Dark Titan's power, I do not know whether any force on this world can stop it.
No, I think we
have
had it.
No time to lose. Heroes, the paths are open. Use the pillars of creation to bypass Egwene's wards before the Legion claims the Avatar.
So, pick your path.
Need help? Farewell.
Ignore that. That is a good question, Luke. Considering we've never seen a Titan permanently die. I love the Night Elf imagery and the stained windows there. Also showing them using the Pillars of Creation. Did you catch that?
Admit that I am right. Break the body, and the spirit follows. Physical pain, bah! Mental anguish is the true weapon. Was it not the key to turning Rakish?
Yes, that Rakish.
It was the suffering I inflicted, which... Hold! The mortals come. That fool Goroth has failed again. Sooner than expected, but no matter. Our work begins.
So this is a fun fight. I'm going to try and show off its main mechanic at least once.
How much can you withstand? You
Oh wait, we're on normal. I'm probably not gonna see it, really. Oh no, I might. Oh my god, the pain is too much. No, the pain, the torment, the pain. Clean. I mean... Come on. Come on.
Resistance will only bring pain.
Really? Alright, whatever. Oh, there it goes. Boop. There we go. And then we go inside his cage. We fight a tormenting soul, which brings us relief, which we pick up, and that allows us to escape. Cool fight, in short. I know, all these are cool fights to some extent. But...
This defeat will haunt me.
This hammer forged ancient wonders and shaped the earth itself. Today, it shatters the bonds of fate that seek to crush us all.
That's a good point. What was the last time we had a raid we consider bad? Kata? Because, as I pointed out, Dragon Soul was pretty demonstrably not great. With only a couple of spikes of acceptable. I'm not sure, Luke. Do we consider Level Citadel bad? No. I mean, at least on the gameplay axis, there's still some decent stuff in there.
Few understood my use of the Naga to obtain the Eye of Sargeras, but it was a necessary tactic to secure the future of Azeroth. Let nothing stop you from doing what needs to be done.
If there's one defining trait of Illidan, it's that he will never admit that he's ever done anything wrong, ever.
These fools bring the Tidestone to us, just as our blessed queen foresaw. Slay the intruders. Take back what is ours.
As thorough sanguine! Come, little friends, crash! Hard to tell. No fight, so good.
Yes, Liam O'Brien voices Illidan. Hey, Kitten fan. Wait, is this it? This is it. So. What's this? Interesting. So this is what our Gul'dan looked like. Not quite as impressive, honestly, as alternate Gul'dan. But, you know, what are you going to do? But yeah, these are his markers. You know, the ones from Frozen Throne. I know a lot of people have never seen these. It's all good, Disco. I know you secretly hate me. So this is an interesting fight. She's kind of a summoner boss. But, like, she just summons stuff from the deeps which attack us through the walls. And the, well, ground.
I claim your lives for Ashara!
Okay.
Face the might, all the indignity!
Goodbye.
From this stone flowed rivers and seas, the very lifeblood of Azeroth. Today, it washes clean the darkness that scars our world.
I mean, that's barely an exaggeration, Lord Aramon. Tomb was also one of those pick-your-path raids. As a result, I know sort of people who would get pretty lost in here. I only know where I'm going because I've done this plenty of times, because I've actually farmed this place. Plus, I had to memorize where the runes are. Although, I'll be honest, I don't exactly remember where the second one is. No, this is a big raid. Statue of totally not Ashara there. I do love the brickwork in here is astonishingly good.
An age has passed since I last walked these halls. I did what needed to be done, though at great cost. Be on your guard. I doubt the spirits trapped here will be friendly or forgiving.
One of the more untouched parts of the tomb. Also notice he's still being like, oh, I did nothing wrong. Because I'm secretly Garrosh. No, 67 can do it. Although it gets harder and harder as we get further up. There it is. Oh yeah, I like this little touch. This place is so haunted, the statues have ghosts. Look at that. That's a nice effect. I loved this fight.
I claim first blood, sisters.
Goddess, guide your hand.
You are ever impetuous, Hesperian.
So originally one of these was, I forget her name, but the one who died in Frozen Throne. I don't know why they changed it. So here's the mechanic. As you're standing on Umbral, you gain a debuff. You switch to Light, and it switches. So, that's just extremely cool. I don't know what else to add to that. Yeah, Naisha, thank you.
My arrows strike true! No more dawdling, Hesperian.
I will dismiss these heretics, Ythay. We failed. The goddess. No. I should have won.
Elune, forgive us.
Never step into those traps, by the way. Those traps suck. This would have been after Stormblood, too. No, Naisha's actually here. She's just a bonus objective instead of one of the actual raid fights for some reason. I don't know. Don't ask me. So this... There's a lot of souls in here. The Legion doesn't want to waste souls. So they're making that. It's, this is one of those top-bottom fights, right? Some people are in the living area, some people in the dead. You can actually see the dead over here. Do you see them? There's the dead side. Yeah.
We will reap your souls.
This is a great fight. Oh my god.
We will feed upon your suffering. Our work must continue.
These tears of perfect beauty embody the dream of what our world could be. Today, they purify your hearts for the battle to come. The pillars of creation are in place. Return to the cathedral, and I will reveal the ancient secret this temple holds.
And there is one. Based on context clues, well, let's just say that this temple is probably really, really, really old. Don't mind me. Don't mind me, I'm not here. That's most of the temple. In fact, that's pretty much all of the tomb, really. I agree with you, Uthor. I have this place memorized. Because I have to. Like, this map doesn't even get across, really. And the fact that so little of it is visible on one screen.
The elves built this temple upon a site of ancient power. A vault I believed would safeguard the husk of my fallen foe. But with his disciples' aid, the Dark Titan threatens to return to this world, stronger than before.
We will put a stop to Kill Jaden's plan, Egwin. This time, we will not fail.
Bold words, Khadgar. But victory requires more than courage alone. The armies of your alliance and Horde had courage, before facing slaughter on the broken shore. The Deceiver will turn your fears and doubts against you.
Kill Jaden hounded my people across the stars, but we are done running. He will pay for his atrocities against our world and my son.
You're right, Illidan. Kill Jaden and the Legion have defeated each of us in the past. But if we stand together, Azeroth can yet be saved. I know it!
I love how angry Velen sounds. I really do. So, bit of a hint of what is to come here. We have Fel and we have Holy Light. And there's our next boss, a Titan Watcher. I also love the visuals here a lot. Over there is your typical Titan iconography. And on the right is the scarred and fell-pocked version of it, which fits the Maiden of Vigilance herself because her left side is fell and her right side is not. Yeah, we've had Fell, we've had Arcane. Now we get Titan. I loved this fight.
You will not disturb the Master's work.
She had a fascinating mechanic.
Know the torment of a soul divided.
She would give you a debuff which would launch you into the air, right? Thing is, the launch would be so high into the air that you would actually die or take tons of damage. I forget which. If you just stood here and took it. So what do? You were supposed to jump into the pit. Here we go. At just the right time. So that it would launch you up, but not high enough up. So that you wouldn't take, it's lethal falling damage from it.
Kind will be cleansed from this world.
Or, be someone who doesn't care about falling damage.
I am compelled to ensure the end of your existence. End me, mortals. Then know the torment of my vigil ends. Let not the Dark One awaken.
Yeah, no, that's, from a purely mechanical perspective, this might be the best fight in here. There's a thing where you want to gain, like, all light or all fell, depending, and it changes how you interact with her two types of attacks, and you gotta get up in her face and try to get the buffs in order to DPS through her abilities. It's a very cool fight. The Hammer Mog is the only one of the unique Mogs I've never gotten. And I noticed I didn't get it this time. I got the sword, and I got the scythe. Back in the day, even. But I never got the hammer. So, I'm going to turn off the HUD so you can really see this. This elevator goes down. Really, really far down. And we see as we go down, more Titan infrastructure, more Elven infrastructure, magma. Cavernous depths, the bones of ancient dragons, and then a colossal pit of fell energy. Then we go through a purifying beam, a Titan purifying beam. And at the very, very, very bottom, we find more Titan infrastructure. Remember how I mentioned that the crust of the planet is probably, like, infested with Titan infrastructure? We are so far down at this point that I think we're officially below the crust. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how far down the crust goes, like, in terms of size. Titan devices down here. Lots of machinery. All the way down here, we find the avatar of Sargeras.
Damnable mortals! You scurry through this tomb like vermin, dispatching my underlings and imagining yourselves the equals of the Legion. Heroes. Champions. Fools! The husk before you was once a vessel for the might of Sargeras. But this temple itself is our prize. The means by which we will reduce your world to cinders. Still, I will not deprive you of this chance to fall before an ancient wonder. Let this avatar be the end of you!
So, speaking of great fights, I'm sorry, I love this fight. I don't even care.
Mortals, die!
Worth noting, this is not Sargeras. A lot of people get confused about that. This is just the husk, the golem, that was intended to be a vessel for Sargeras. It was defeated a long time ago by Egwin the Guardian, and that's what it took in order to beat this thing last time. Worth noting, it was trying to lose last time, too. So, yeah, this is the equivalent of a Fell Keeper. And I want to show off something it can do, because it's just a great soft enrage. You see this terrain? Those rocks?
We have come to end your invasion of Azeroth. Your master's crusade dies here. Is there no end to your sanctimonious bluster, Velen? You claim the mantle of prophet, yet you always lacked the vision to see the inevitable destiny of our world. Of all worlds. Flames!
Here it is. And he does that. That fell goop will freaking destroy you. So you have to very carefully... Most of the time what we would do is, especially because I would be doing this on a warrior at this point in time, I would rush out so that he would target me with that and drag him out when I knew it was going to hit, and then hop back in order to get back in time to try and just get a little bit of extra time. He's starting to hurt.
Still you fight us. Still you deny the inevitable. Your incessant resistance is maddening. Why will you not yield?
Have your countless defeats taught you nothing, deceiver?
The vision Sargeras showed you was a lie, Kil'jaeden. Surrender! Let it end!
Never! Our crusade will never yield! Savor your shallow victory. We will return, again and again, however long it takes, until at last we break you!
The portal is closing! We can seal the Legion's gateway and end this invasion!
No! No more running! No more hiding! I must finish this!
Velen! Stop!
Sealing the portal buys us nothing, Archmage. Whether it takes a few years or millennia, the Legion will return. Over and over again, until too few of us remain to fight them. It is time to seize our fate. We must use the portal and follow the Deceiver into the abyss. It is the only way.
I agree. It is the only way. Go, champions. We have precious little time to save Velen and return before the portal closes.
Come. If we are to die in the Nether, we will take the Deceiver with us.
I might be so bold. First of all, I love this plot beat. But second, one of the things I love is that Legion has bothered to lay the groundwork for all three of these characters to make this decision. Khadgar was warned by Medivh to walk through the door rather than to shut it closed. Illidan has always been going this way, but he was also brought back thanks to the machinations of one fell warden. And Velen lost his son at the Battle of the Exodar. All three have been lining up the dominoes for this event. And yeah, this is officially a we're done with this kind of a moment. And then there's this trash pack. Oh my god, this trash pack. So as you can see, we're actually going through the Nether, warp space, whatever you want to call it right now. Take this in for a moment. Because this is about as much we've been to space as I think we ever get. I'll be right back. Also, sorry, the Donberry. Neither of those runs are funded at the moment, but they are on the list for eventual funding. So anyways, this trash hallway can go straight to hell. One of the things I like about it is that we've got Fell Orcs, we've got Eridar, we've got Fellsworn, we've got the Fell Lords. I thought we had, like, some of the other stuff here. Oh. I've actually died on this stuff. No apologies, I'm just letting you know. The way I do things is actually pretty unusual. I let the donations that people donate to help me pay bills and keep buying food go towards increasing interest in a specific stream. So people say, hey, you know, here's some money. I'd like you to improve, I'd like to improve the interest in such and such a game, right? And once a game is funded, then I go and run that game. Make sense? Yeah, by the way, all these demons are gone. Everything we've killed here is perma-gone. I missed it, Loke, I'm sorry. So, the Kill Jaden fight. I don't want to speak completely out of turn, because I've done that before, but if I'm remembering correctly, this was rather infamous. This fight, my god, this fight.
This battle shall be your last.
Kind of slow mode, because I want to show off a little bit of phase 2.
Death rage, still you resist. Then let me repay your arrogance. Obliteration, the vessel for my fury.
Love those soak mechanics.
Who will share your fate? Death reigns. Who will share your fate?
Guardian. So there's at least 2 soak mechanics I've already showed off.
Them all. What is this? Even when your own doubts and fears are made manifest, you will not somehow you survived. No matter. Look upon our wonders, you mortals, and despair.
It's our 3rd soak mechanic.
That shall be your tomb!
Argus, my beloved.
Oh god, we did a phase transition while in the shade mode. Whoops! That's a good question, does it? Oh, hey. There's... anyway, so Argus is in the background. I know you can't see it right now, but trust me when I say it, it's there. Okay, looks like I can kill these things. Yeah, I didn't see Illidan. Oh, no, that's not him. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, we're technically in phase 2 and 3 at the same time here. So we're having a couple of issues.
Consume
there
them
they are.
all.
Okay, so there's one behind me and to the right. And right there. Is that it? No? There's another one somewhere.
Who will share your fate?
Where? Oh, I'm with you.
Your souls will soon know oblivion.
Hang on, I'm just gonna chill here for a few minutes while he does an attack that should kill me. It won't, but you know. Where's the oh, there it is. That's right. No?
Your reality is sundered.
That should be it? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna fall off the ship deliberately because this is dumb.
A meaningless struggle. Azeroth shall fall.
This is literally taking too long. Dinner has already been called. Let's just get on with this. No, hit him right now, Huthor. Because I plan to give several positives to this upcoming cutscene, and I'd love to hear your negativity now.
Then let me repay your arrogance.
Come on, a little bit more, a little bit more.
Death reigns, consume them all.
So you got some time. About 44 seconds. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Okay, we're good.
Who will share your fate?
30 seconds, Uthor. We might see Argus. That'll be nice.
Obliteration, who will share your fate?
I love this upcoming cutscene, by the way. Although, there's kind of an asterisk to it. We'll have to decide if it's negative worthy or not.
Consume them all!
Oh yeah, this is when they started actually doing boss music. Okay, so... Come on. Come on. Take us to Argus.
I sense the corruption.
Alright, whatever.
Our fates are now one. Argus will be your tomb.
At least we will have died fighting.
Our war isn't over yet. Not while we hold the key to all worlds. Khadgar, take us home! I was always envious of you. Your gift, your faith, your vision. I never believed that Sargeras could be stopped. Perhaps you will prove me wrong.
Everyone, get ready! Is everyone all right?
I love how you can see the destruction of the ship, by the way.
What have you done?
Sometimes the hand of fate must be forced.
I like this because every single person in chat hates this, and I'm just going to give it nothing but positives because I love that cutscene.
We welcome your help. The light.
I love it. We're looking up at Argus, right? No, we're not, because it's actually just the closed portal. No, let's talk about this for real. First of all, kill Jaden. I've already talked about how he's actually finally gotten some characterization. It's nice to see him actually have something going for him, because the whole idea, it's the Saruman thing. And I admit I love that, because Kil'jaeden was wise. He recognized correctly that there's no beating Sargeras, and there's no beating the Legion. What choice is there? Join or die? Kil'jaeden joined. So, Velen decided to do the stupid thing, the foolish thing, and cling to a foolish hope, which is very, very dumb. And it's very easy to point to it and say, this is something that has a near zero chance of succeeding. Because let's be honest with ourselves, Velen really probably should have lost over and over and over. It is many different rarities and circumstances that allowed him to survive. Kil'jaeden constantly has had a hard-on for hurting Velen. That is something that's in the game. That's not just the extended lore. So, Kil'jaeden seeking him out of bitterness and revenge for the Fool's Hope makes perfect sense to me. Because I've accepted the inevitable. Why haven't you? In fact, if you're paying attention to his dialogue, he even said that in the previous raid. And while we were fighting the fallen avatar, Kil'jaeden's like, what are you doing? Why are you still fighting me? Why are you still clinging to hope? What is wrong with you? And then Velen doesn't say anything in response. He just puts his hand on his forehead and gives him one small moment of peace. That's not redemption. A lot of people look at this like, he's redeemed. No, he isn't. Kil'jaeden's a monster who's a demon lord. It is just one last moment of farewell, for lack of a better way to put it. And as was pointed out in chat, one moment, the only moment of peace Kil'jaeden has had in millennia, before he's gone. Meanwhile, Khadgar is like, yep, well, we're done. Illidan's like, nah, I'm ready for this. Opens up the portal, yay, cool, and forces it. Forces the issue, forces the door open. That is an extremely Illidan thing to do. Because if you're paying attention, if Illidan doesn't do this, that is actually game. Legitimately. Like, this is spoiling a little bit, but what's actually happening here is the Legion would have been cut off, we killed Kil'jaeden, we come back home, cool, we go back to our lives, and then Sargeras shows up and wipes us, and however long. Illidan was trying to... Yeah, exactly. Illidan was trying to prevent the can from being kicked down the road. And as I already pointed out, these three people right here are primed to no longer want to kick the can down the road. To finally actually do something about all this nonsense. And, well, this is very Illidan, isn't it? He is not the kind of person to be like, I have an idea, okay? Here's my suggestion. Why don't we force a giant opener into this and allow us to have a permanent access? He would never actually debate this in a committee. He would never consider anybody else's opinion worth a damn. He is way too self-centric and way too narcissistic to consider anyone's opinion other than his. He has to force the hand of fate because he's the hero. So this makes perfect sense. Khadgar is, of course, shocked because he has a brain and understands what Illidan just did. And so now, I know you don't see it, but now Argus is right there. Now, cool thing, when this patch was live, it was 7.3, I believe, no matter where you were on this map, you could look up in the sky and see Argus. And that was actually really cool. I should also mention, Illidan got really lucky here. You know why? Because the Battle of the Exodar happened probably in lore like a month ago. Why is that relevant? Because it means the Genedar or the Exodar, or whatever the hell it is, the ship, is ready to go. Imagine if Velen hadn't done that back then. What exactly was Illidan's plan? What was he going to do? Alright, I'm going to flap my wings and carry Azeroth up into Ark. No, he had no idea what he was doing, because Illidan and plans is kind of like when you open up the pack of Oreos and think, I'm just going to eat one. And then like 2 hours later, the pack is gone, and you feel really sick for some reason, and you're not sure why. So, I do agree that Illidan should face some kind of consequence from here. I will actually agree with that. A Karma Houdini thing. However, that is the only negative I can give this, because that was a freaking awesome cutscene. Canonical, follows through, main plot, character-centric, relevant, pushes the narrative forward. Great moments, great animation, great voice acting. Sorry.
Not all who...
I always knew I would see Argus again. Where is it? Sorry. But I never imagined this. There can be no doubt the fates of my world and yours are intertwined. Can Argus be saved? Or must it be sacrificed to stop Sargeras? My visions are clouded. Uncertain. It seems we must forge our own destiny. Light save us all.
Be just.
When we faced the deceiver, millennia of rage flooded my heart. Hatred took hold, blinded me to every thought but revenge. Thankfully, the light helped me see that the future cannot be divined by vengeance, but by hope. Your courage showed me that as well. In the last moments of Kil'jaeden's life, I had to let go of my past. Not only for my sake, but for the memory of my son. My spirit and mind are clear and focused. Now we take the fight to Sargeras himself and end the Legion.
Many depend on you. Be vigilant.
The Pillars of Creation... Oh, yeah. The Tomb of Sargeras has sealed. Aegwyn's echo is at rest. Unfortunately, we do not have that luxury.
Come back in one piece.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I kind of like the fact that we just spent a huge amount of time and effort to seal away the Legion's access to Azeroth, only for Illidan to unilaterally and of his own accord rip open a giant-ass portal directly to Argus. Thanks, Illidan, for completely invalidating the main goal we've been working towards the entire expansion. You asshole.
You need something?
Heir Duval.
Shut up.
One of the Legion's most...
Shut up. Shut up, Illidan. No, the problem isn't that it's out of character, Loke. The problem is no one else calls him on it. That is, I do agree with Uthor. The problem is you and I can look at Illidan and say he's wrong, and he's dumb, and he got lucky, and he's a villain. And all of those things are true. But it's one of those things, we've talked about this before. WoW has this problem where it'll say something and show something else, probably because people weren't coordinating under the hood. And the game does everything in the world to like show and tell us that Illidan is wrong, and also completely in the right.
Knights have unleashed an army of undead drakes to bombard.
And that's the problem. That's the source of the negative. If the game, knuckled down, it was like, oh my god, you monster! What have you done? You idiot! Like, again, this is luck. Blind, stupid, simple, doodah, clueless luck. It is shockingly lucky that several dominoes lined up to allow things to work out here. Again, picture just the lack of the Vindicar alone would have meant this would have been game.
Good to see you.
I believe that's it right there.
A world of wonder.
I think that's it.
Always happy to help.
But we'll be doing that tomorrow. I'll see you guys.